for the next episode. I can't wait to get home and turn my TV on. I'm ready for the next episode. Got my snatch shoes off, my remote control. I'm ready for the next episode.
Hi guys, welcome back to next episode. I'm Nick.
And I'm Jess.
And today is our final episode about Cross. And I'm really, really excited about this episode. We're going to be talking about relationships, and I've been looking forward to this conversation the entire time.
Absolutely.
So I want to start talking about friendships, specifically Alex's friendship with Tujon.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love it, and I think we talked about this on a different episode, maybe was it Average Joe, where we talked about we don't often get to see healthy relationships amongst men.
No, it was Supercell, and we were talking about the relationship with Rodney and Spud.
Yes. So it's not often that you get to see like an example of healthy male relationships. And I honestly, this is a prime example. Prime example. First of all, it's a long-standing relationship. They've been friends since they were children. Second of all, it's a relationship where Tujon holds Alex accountable for the mistakes that he's made and even like avoiding like getting healing. And that's beautiful to see. Like because he loves him. Like to me, that shows that he loves him more and deeper, because like if you're
more
willing,
than he cares about him being mad at him.
Yes, definitely. And so I love to see it. Like I love their conversations. I love the fact that Tujon calls Alex sugar.
Still back in that. I did not hear that.
Yes. He does. He calls him sugar. It's like his own little personal nickname, and I just think that that's so cute. One, it's cute, but I like the familiarity. I can be like close and vulnerable without it being weird. You know what I mean? I can be my full self. And I think that they can be their full selves with each other, because I feel like Alex is really going through it. And he's not hiding that from Tujon. Tujon sees that he's a mess. He does not hide it at all. And I think that once again, that's a sign of a good relationship. No, I'm not in the best place. I'm not my best self, but I'm not willing to hide. I'm not going to hide that from you. You can see all of me.
True. That makes sense. And you don't get to see that with men a lot. That being close and honest about, there's because Alex is struggling with his emotions. I know that he can effectively communicate them at all times, but you still see it. He's not hiding it. Yeah, like you said.
Right. And I think he does communicate his emotions. They're just all wrapped up in rage and anger right now, because the way that Alex amps out on Tujon, like when I tell you that conversation affected me emotionally, like
that was hard to watch.
Alex and Tujon, like they are closer than brothers. And Tujon has honestly had Alex's back, and I'm not saying that it's a one-sided relationship, because I don't feel like that way at all. They have each other's back. They love each other. They look out for each other. But Alex is in a bad place, a dark place, and he honestly says things to Tujon intentionally to hurt him and to rip him to shreds. And I agree, it was hard to watch. It hurt. I know it hurt Tujon's feelings, because it hurt my feelings that he wasn't talking to me or about me.
No, I don't know.
The beautiful thing about the aftermath of that scene is Tujon's stands on business.
He does.
He stands on business, and he really takes a space from Alex emotionally. He still works with him, and he still supports him in a lot of ways, but he really puts an emotional space in between them to show him that the way that he was acting was not right. Like if you think about it, the most touching and emotional moments are between the two of them. And it's, when I say love story, of course, I don't mean in a way that's sexual.
Romantic, yeah.
But not at all. But it is deep, unabiding love that they share for each other that I hope everybody gets to experience in their lifetime. I
Mhm.
hope that everybody has a friend and gets to experience that relationship,
Yeah.
because everybody needs that. Everybody needs that person that you can be yourself with, that you know is going to have your back no matter what, who
Mhm.
wants the best for you and who's also going to push you to be your best self.
Yeah. I also think it's good for people to see that you can resolve conflicts in friendship. You know,
Yes.
you can have really hard knockdown dragouts and come past it and get past it. Now, I don't mean like just accepting people treating you horribly on a long-term basis, but it's very clear that this is a temporary thing. He is going through it right now. This is not the entirety of their friendship, and I feel like it's not going to be the future of it either.
Hmm.
But they're able to work through it, and I think we're going to see some more working through it in season two. 'Cause,
But
yeah,
yes, I agree. But he also did not cave in. You know, he
yeah.
really kept that distance from him while not spurning him,
No,
right?
he was still helping him. He wasn't trying to be spiteful. He was still
No.
doing things to help him in the background.
That's why I'm like, Tujon is the greatest. Like Tujon is the greatest. He's the greatest man ever. You know, and so I love to see them work together, like how they work in tandem. I Their friendship is great and amazing. And I did not realize that that was something that I needed, and until I'm starting to see it, like
Mhm.
I am really enjoying seeing healthy male friendships. I love being able to see men explore their emotions in a safe space.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying seeing
Yeah.
men vulnerable and, like you said, solving problems and
Mhm.
thinking critically, you know, problem solving with each other.
It
Now,
knows the conflict and not just avoiding it.
yes, right. Now, here's the thing. They did almost come to blows.
They did.
They did almost come to blows when they were having that argument. And I wonder if they would have physically got into blows if the argument would have like quickly ended,
Hmm.
like would have ended faster, if because honestly, the whole point of the argument was that Alex was lashing out. He hurt and he was enraged and he was lashing out. And I wonder if they would have gone into blows, if he would have expended that energy, if they would have made up faster. I'm
Hmm.
just curious about that. I'm not saying that that's healthy.
Right.
I'm not saying
No,
that. I'm just curious.
I don't. I honestly felt like they were going to come to blows anyway if the black woman hadn't gotten in between them.
Yes.
Like they were about to fight if they hadn't. And I still think that they could have recovered from that, but still.
Oh yeah, they could
Um,
have.
but yeah, I think no. Um, I don't know that like physically fighting would have helped them get
Well,
over
you
it.
know, they both are boxers also. Like that's
Hmm.
something that they do. They do, like as workout, you know, as training. They also box together, and so even like
Color around a
that's
little
why
bit.
I'm like, I wonder if like getting out that physical, like as a way to release that rage. You know how it's like you see somebody mad and they like punch a wall or they hit us back. Like, is that the healthiest way to get out your anger? Maybe not necessarily,
Mhm.
but like there's a
If you're
connection.
not hurting another person, then I don't think
Right.
it's all that. Like if you go to a rage room or you know what I mean, like you're not destroying something that's like long, like you punch a pillow or punch a bag, something that's not going to hurt anybody and cause lasting damage. Hey, get that energy out.
But because we agree that there's a connection sometimes between physical and emotional energy.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I do.
Okay. So, but yeah, they almost came to blows, but they didn't. Thank God,
Mhm.
because I'm like, those are two strong men. Okay.
Those are two big dudes,
Like it would have been like two statues fighting each other.
girl.
And I'm gonna be real. I didn't want to see it. I
I
didn't want to
didn't want
see
to
it.
see it either. I did not want to see it either, even if both of them had taken their shirts off, which that I did want to see. But
Like they do such a good job of portraying like
mhm.
emotions. Like you can be emotional, you can be vulnerable with your friend, and it doesn't take away from like your manhood, your masculinity, or anything.
No.
And I love it, and I want to see more of it. I want to see more of it.
I don't think anybody would say either of those two men were not masculine, but at the same time, yes, they were very kind of open and they talked about their feelings. And one of them tried to get the other one help. You know,
He did. He
he
really, and
tried.
he like here's the thing, like Tujon was really upfront with him. He was
Mhm.
like he strong armed him into making a therapy appointment.
Yeah.
He really like stayed on him about the therapy.
Do you think he was too pushy with that?
Um, I don't think so. And
Mhm.
the only reason why I say that is because Alex is stubborn and, like you said, he's a know-it-all,
Mhm.
and he's drowning. His
Mhm.
kids are suffering because of it. You know what I mean? And I think that, like you said, he's really focused on finding his wife's killer because he thinks that's going to solve all his problems, and I don't think that that will solve
Like,
any problem. It never does. How
mhm.
many times have we seen that story? You find the killer and you kill them, and you are still broken on the
Mhm.
inside.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he was. I don't think he was being too pushy.
Mhm.
I think it needed he needed someone who was like not going to let him forget. Hey, listen, a lot of people think that you have it together, but I know you, and I know you don't have it together.
Yeah.
Imagine if every man had a friend like that.
Girl.
You know,
Mhm.
it would be amazing. Like, you
If,
know,
yeah, in general, if they would just hold each other accountable, that would be amazing. That would
and
be.
emotionally support each other and like
Mhm.
allow them to experience real emotions. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, I think that men need that, and apparently I need to see men.
It's nice to see it depicted. It is nice to see it depicted on TV. And I do feel like we get more because you like. Well, I think you were talking about the one that we were talking about Supercell, where we really liked that
Yes,
particular relationship. But you do see elements of that in Average Joe as well. With I think Dion Cole and goodness, Dion Cole and the guy who looks like Dave Chappelle. Girl, you know.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't know his name, but he looks like Dave Chappelle to
Right.
me.
The guy who looks like Dave Chappelle. Like their friendship went through some ups and downs, and you see them both take it out on each other and then recover from that and
Mhm.
apologize to each other. And so, yeah, I do think that that's really good and healthy.
Yeah, apparently that's needed. Like
Mhm.
more male friendships
Yeah.
that are healthy.
Mhm.
So yeah, I enjoyed seeing that. I enjoyed the fact that Alex had a community. You know, because there's a lot of talk that says that black men don't know how to build community.
Mhm.
And so I thought that was a great example of building community. Like, not
Mhm.
only did he have Nana Mama, who was like, you know, a parental figure, but he had like a variety of friends, people who not only he could count on, but who count on him.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like a one-sided thing where he had people who he was using when he needed people. He
Right.
also had people who relied on him, and I think that's an important aspect that we don't often see and that we
Right.
need.
But the relationships aren't one sided. Absolutely.
Right. So I enjoyed watching him be in community. Like I said, I also like the fact that he was not the only star on his team. You
Mhm.
know, there's oftentimes depicted in shows where like there's this one person who's head and shoulders above everybody else. He's the super genius who can come in and solve, and everybody else is just carrying water behind him.
Yeah.
You know, but you see like Kayla is really good at what she does. Tujon is really good at what he does, and he's well respected. He's
Mhm.
known around town just like Alex is known around town. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I like seeing that because Alex needs that, because once again Alex thinks that he knows all, and he needs people around him who can show him, who can teach him stuff. You
Mhm.
know, the fact that he trusted to John to like go on that fact finding mission, like in a normal show, that would have been the main character. He would have had to
Absolutely.
go and
He
do
would
all
have
that
to
digging.
go and do everything. Yeah.
You
He couldn't
know,
be
but
trusted to do. Yeah.
right. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I really did.
Even okay, so this is a small part, and it's probably only me who paid attention to this, but I do like the bit of character development that we got from the black female police officer that we keep calling just the black woman. But what was her name? Sean, Detective Sean, something like that. I liked it because, like, one again, you're in that system. The system is perfect, and we see her go from just being like a total line to me. She's trying to do what the captain says at first, and then once she kind of breaks out of that, snaps out of it, once she realizes, no, this really is a murder, and this should not be swept under the rug. Then you start to see her do some actual detective work, and I said, hold on,
Mhm.
she's not a bad detective. For
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason, like she in that moment, that was not her best moment that we see her at the beginning. But then
Mm-hmm.
once she actually starts doing some police work and she tracks down the pharmacy and she tracks down, the name, and then she gets mad when she realizes it's a fake name. But I'm like, but no, but sweetie, this is the stuff we wanted you to do the whole time.
Right, right. Actually look into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, no, I like that too. Maybe we'll see more of her, you
And
know,
see more, yeah,
because I'm like,
development.
who's gonna take over for the captain now that she's like locked up?
Oh yeah, the captain's locked up, and then the chief is trying to be a mayor.
Yeah, I'm still so irritated with the captain, but it just doesn't make sense.
The captain and the baby, yeah.
Yeah, the captain and the baby, and throwing away your entire life for a
A
baby.
baby that she will not get to raise. It doesn't make sense. But honestly, the captain gets on my nerves even more because I feel like she is way too accurate of a representation of what we get in policing. And
Mm-hmm.
she just does not give a fuck about anybody but her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they there's definitely at least how it feels. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the show portrays how policing feels from
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
I that
yeah.
I can't say how accurate the truth is somewhere in the middle,
Mhm.
but they did they
Not
did
quite in the
capture.
middle, but because I don't think it's even. But yeah, yeah, it does. It's definitely how it feels outside looking in. Like you just really don't care. Like there are certain people that are disposable to you. And then once you realize that Cross is right and that Ed Ramsey is the killer, now it needs to be handled with kid gloves. Now it needs to
Hmm.
be perfect. Now we need to do real police work.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very true.
And
You
it's
know what?
because of who the killer is and not because of the victims.
Right. That's sad. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about something juicy.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I want to talk about Elle and Alex.
Okay.
So let me say this. I'm going to say this, okay? Like I said, I think in a previous episode, I've heard that dating in DC is rough. It's not for the weak. And I know this character, like we learned that she has been like in love with Alex since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that he seems like a very, very eligible bachelor.
He seems like it.
But she is crazy to be dating that man.
Absolutely. He's not available.
He's not
He is
available.
not emotionally available at all.
I need more
And I
information.
get it because Aldous Hodge is fine as hell. And it would be hard for me. But I'm like, absolutely not. But the moment for like, well, one, it's obvious that he is still way too emotionally entangled with his wife and he has not dealt with his grief. So
Yes.
I don't care that he's single, he is not available.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like that's obvious from the beginning. But if no other moment, if you let's say you miss that and you're still trying to be in this relationship with him, the moment that where I'm like, okay, Aldous Hodge or not, I'm out is when you realize when you're at the serial killer's house and you realize that he thinks that Ed Ramsey is the serial killer and he still
Mm-hmm.
let you go because she has a relationship with Ed Ramsey, the serial killer.
Right, she does.
They have some sort of, and so he did not warn her. He did not try and protect her. She's in this house and she's brought the kids from her foundation to the serial killer's house.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I'm done. You
Yeah,
don't, I don't care what your reasoning is. You don't care about my safety and my protection at all.
no, that's
We,
wild. I want more information. When did they start dating? Like it's been like they say, oh, it's been over a year since the wife is dead. How long have they been dating? Because
it's not clear.
I feel like she was like, I need to get ahead of the line. Like I'm
Right.
like, she was at the funeral. I know she was at the
First of all,
funeral.
she was at the funeral. I don't think they started dating them, but she was at the funeral with pies in hand.
Yes,
You
like
know?
she was at that house with chicken. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I just think that like, because here's the thing, she is putting herself in a position to get hurt. I
Mhm.
know like the show is portraying that they're in a happily ever after situation, but if this was the real realm, that man would play with her feelings until he
until
actually got over
got
his
over his
wife, and
wife,
then he would go find somebody
and then
else.
he would be out. Absolutely would. This does not make sense from her perspective at all.
It
There's
doesn't.
no reason. She's getting nothing out of this relationship, and at this point, you know, like, you're getting nothing. You're not getting your emotional needs met. You're not getting your physical needs met. Nothing. You are just sitting here being with this really really broken man at his leisure.
Yes. I
This makes no sense.
it doesn't make sense. She is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. That's the other thing, is that she is breathtakingly gorgeous. Like that, she is beautiful.
She is.
Absolutely beautiful.
She is. She is beautiful in a way that black women are not anymore. In a sense that she gives 90s beauty.
Mhm.
Like, you remember that what was the R&B group like Janae?
Mhm.
Like, when I saw her, like, their song started playing. Like,
Mhm.
like her hair, like
You
her
mean like she looks like a classic beauty, like a
like she like not like if we're calling the 90s classic now, but she looks like think about Holly Berry in the 90s. Like, when you in order to be beautiful, you looked like it was like a natural beauty.
Mhm.
You know, like nowadays, like our beauty is a more skewed, and it's more surgically enhanced beauty. Is when you think about beauty, you think about people, and they're more surgically enhanced now.
Okay.
Like, she is a woke up like this beauty.
Okay.
Like, she look, I don't know. She looks like, when I saw her, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like beautiful when you just had to be beautiful. You didn't have
Mhm.
all of that extra help. You just had to be gorgeous.
Mhm.
But so yes, she's beautiful. She's professionally accomplished. Like,
Mhm.
she's in the rooms with some of the most powerful people in the city. Girl, why are you chasing this man? I know it's hard to find. Go
Girl.
date a diplomat. You live in DC. Go date a diplomat, because this man is going to hurt you. And the point that you made, yes, it is insane that he was pretty sure, 99% sure, that Ed Ramsey was the serial killer. And yes, he let her come to the house with no warning, knowing that she deals closely with him, because before he knew Ed
Yeah.
Ramsey was the serial killer, she introduced him to Ed Ramsey.
Right.
So she knew how closely they work together, because Ed Ramsey is a big supporter of her foundation. He
Mhm.
introduces her to people. He helps. He pledges money. He really helps her with the funding for her foundation. So we're assuming, like, they've been in this relationship, so he knows how important Ed Ramsey is to her and how
Mhm.
closely they work together.
Yeah. No
You,
warning.
none.
Mhm.
He could have. You put that investigation
Mhm.
ahead of that woman. Would you have done that with your children? If
You never would have done that with Maria.
you are right, he never would have did
You
Maria like
never
that.
would have done that with Maria. And for that reason, I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm done. I can't look at you the same after that.
Right.
You know, I cannot look at you the same after that. But like, yeah, there's a weird desperation that does not make sense with her.
It doesn't, but it does. In a sense, when, like, like, when you're trying to date at a certain level,
Mhm.
and then you don't feel like you have a lot of options, and once again you have the nostalgia factor, where she has been plotting on this man since middle school, and
Girl.
I'm surprised Maria made it down the altar. She didn't poison her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's one of those things, like, okay, this is Maria is dead, this is my opportunity. I got to
Girl.
get him before somebody else does.
Hmm.
I think that that's the situation. But also, like, their relationship was very unclear on what the lines were, what the boundaries were, because in the beginning it seemed like their relationship was like, just like, kind of like slightly more than a friendship.
Hmm.
Like, friendship with a lot of attraction, we're headed somewhere.
Yeah.
But it seemed kind of separate from his life.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden she was around the kids.
Hmm. Yeah, it is unclear because, like, also, like, at the beginning when they're first going out on a date, like one time they're at dinner And she says something like, "Oh, if you do something again, I'm gonna call Harold." She's like, "Oh," he's like, "You naming my, you putting a name to my competition," as if they're not in a monogamous relationship, like they're still
Right.
early dating. But
Right.
then she's around the kids, and there's familiarity with her and the children, as if she's been around them. So
Right.
it's very unclear. But I also think it's very unclear to them.
You know what? Here's the thing. I've been in an unclear
Hmm.
situation thing, and there were children there too. I've done that.
I know.
It still did not look like that.
But I think that's because there's like they're fighting so much stuff. Like it's unclear. I doubt that they've defined anything as to why she has a backup date, to begin with.
Hmm.
And and so they're just kind of coming in and out of each other's lives in this strange way. So I don't think that either of them is very clear as what go. I think she knows what she wants, and she's
Hmm.
willing to deal with this unclearness to get to what she wants. But I don't think any of that they've defined anything.
I still don't understand how he's able to date
Hmm.
when you are constantly crying over your wife and your wife being dead and still dealing with that. And like, like he has one foot in, one foot out. Like the first time, like they have a romantic date and then it looks like they're gonna consummate their relationship and he breaks down crying. It's like, I thought
Can't
I
do
was
it.
ready. I thought I was ready.
And
How did
clearly
you
he's
think
not ready to do anything.
hold on though.
Mhm.
How did you think you were ready though? Because you are constantly like, Maria was the best woman. She made the best waffles. She sang the best songs. She played the best piano. Nobody can make Kool-Aid like she, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, nobody can make Kool-Aid like Maria. Um,
everything you, that's what your conversation is 24/7 when you're not solving a case. You're talking about how much you miss your wife and how sad you are. So what made you think that you were ready? Like what indication did you get?
mhm. Yeah.
I think I would have stopped messing with him at that point. And that was before the party.
That
Because
was
I'm
before
just
the
like,
party. Okay.
yeah, because I'm just like,
No, that's
you're
fair.
not
That's fair.
ready.
Because if you're
You're
not
not ready.
ready, you're not ready. And it's not
Right.
like you have to have sex to have a relationship, but clearly this is more than about sex. You are just not ready to
Right.
have anything.
And yes, exactly. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I want to be clear. I wasn't saying she shouldn't leave. She should leave him because he wouldn't have sex with her. I'm saying was like his reaction showed where he was emotionally, that he's
Yes,
not ready
agreed.
to be committed to anyone in any kind of way. But
Mhm.
she should have known that. If you are
It
really
should have been
getting
obvious.
to know this man
Mhm.
and you are developing like or rekindling feelings or whatever you got going on. I don't know what your 10-step plan is. But you, if you are like getting to know this man in any capacity, then you know he is not ready for anything, and he's not even ready for a casual thing.
He's not. That's what. Yeah, he's not even ready for F buddy. He's not.
And so my question is, in this situation, if Elle gets hurt, is it on her?
I think she. Yeah, I think she's had enough. I mean, it's still. I don't know, because like you cannot be accountable for the actions of other people. So like I yes, because it's obvious, and it's obvious that she should take a step back. And I think her desperation to be in a relationship specifically with this man is overriding her common sense. So yes, but it's still not okay. Cross has come to a realization that he is not ready. So when he said I'm not ready, it should have just been like I'm not ready for sex today. It should have been I'm not ready for this and ended the relationship. Everybody's responsible for the things that they do,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
Mm-hmm.
although he might be coming to that realization late, he came to it, and you still engage with her back and forth.
Right. That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's messed up. I was watching the show and I'm like, man, this is crazy. But I'm also like side eyeing her because I'm like, girl, you don't understand. Like, you think you're plotting on him,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna be his band-aid. And then once he's healed, he's gonna move on because he doesn't want that person who was with him when he was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
What does he know about you? Because that's what I can't see. I'm like, what do you want from Elle? You're not getting to know her.
Well, he knows
You,
her. They're childhood friends.
that don't mean you really like you get to know people on different levels when you're in a relationship. Like
Yeah,
you're not.
I don't feel. I feel like they. I don't. I feel like they've always known each other. Like I don't think this is like, oh, I haven't seen you in 20 years situation. Like,
I still don't feel like he's getting, like, what are you getting from her? Like, what do you want from her? You are not spending quality time with her. You're not, you're not getting to know her on a relationship level. You're just kind of
he's
taking up space in her
practicing.
life. Huh?
He's practicing how to be a
Mm,
human again on
yeah.
her. Because look, like she invited him to that party, he didn't know how to act. But I'm just like, you were like in here, like you were trying. I feel like she's trying to like teach him how to be human again, and
Mhm.
not just be like a rage machine. But I'm like, why? Like that's not your job, baby.
No, because that's another thing. Like, from everybody, first of all, after that situation, everybody get out my house. Like, everybody get out my house.
Yeah, but I'm billing
All of
everybody for my China. At least they
And then
invested.
I'm calling whoever, I don't know, I'm calling Crystal tomorrow. I'm gonna call his girlfriend Crystal, whoever bought that raggedy Negro. I'm calling her tomorrow. You need to check your man because that don't make no sense. I done
Mm-hmm.
got rid of this man because
Right.
that didn't make no sense. This whole situation, I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
And trust and believe there will never be a co-ed party with that dude invited ever again. Because he did that. He did that mess on purpose.
Elle does not stand on business.
She don't.
And I'm gonna give you a prime example of how she doesn't stand on business. So when they're at the cabin, it's her, Miss Nancy, and the children are at the cabin. And now she knows that Miss Nancy is a danger, and she puts the sleeping pills in Miss Nancy's cup.
Mhm.
The fact that once she thinks Miss Nancy fell asleep, she did not bash her head in with something heavy lets me know she does not stand on business.
See, okay. I don't know, because like I was like, but she was very defensive and protective of the children. I did like that. Yeah, she was really trying
Yes,
to. I
but
don't
her
know.
survival instincts are weak. Her survival instincts are weak, and that's why she lets Alex treat her like that, because she don't have no survival instincts.
And why
And
don't you? She's a wonderful person from the outside looking in. Like, well, she got the makeup to be a wonderful person. I don't know, but
I
yeah,
don't get it. I don't think she's a bad person at all.
no,
I don't
no,
think
this
she's
is
a
just
bad person.
weird.
I think she doesn't love herself enough.
Okay, so let me tell you, what did you think about that moment where, like, she's about to take the kids to the piano recital? Because me and the friend I watched it with yesterday had the exact same reaction at the exact same time. So, like, the first time I watched it, right before she's about to take the kids to the piano recital, she's talking to Nana Mama. I hate that name, but like she's talking to her.
I also hate that name too. I didn't know you hated
That
it.
name. Hate it.
Yeah.
We don't call
No.
Grandma Nana. And I
No.
mean, yeah, we will make up a name and mix names together, but that didn't feel right.
Nana
But,
Mama sounds very awkward in my mouth.
it does. I don't like it. But yeah, so she gets really creepy and weird. And at first, I was like, "Hold on, is she?" I didn't think she was the street mom, but I was like, "Is she involved somehow?" Like, I got this real creepy feeling from Elle, and I was like, "Hold on, did she do something? Did she got something to do with this?" I don't know. She was just being really creepy. But now, knowing like that she's not a part of the Stalker family and not involved in any way in the bad stuff, I'm like, "Oh, was that just desperation?"
Yeah, she's very thirsty.
It was
Because
just
but it
desperation.
was also weird that the grandma called her over to take the kids to the recital, because once again it did not feel like that's where they were there yet.
It did not feel like that they are, or they should not have been there yet, because you are not at a place where you should even know who these kids are. And maybe she
That's
knew them
how
before
I
because
feel. Right.
they've known each other so long, so maybe they have known her. But like, yeah, you shouldn't be interacting with these kids at this point. It was weird, and I did think that she wanted to tell her that, hey, don't take this out on my nephew yet. But again, pushing him towards a relationship is not the same as helping him get over his grief. And
Right.
him having a relationship does not mean clearly that he's dealt with his grief.
Right. Yeah, she was thirsty, because she was like, well, I mean, did you call me over here for a particular thing? And I'm like, this
Yeah,
conversation
it was
is
weird.
weird.
I was like,
It was
yeah,
a very awkwardly written conversation. Like, the
yeah.
conversation was awkwardly written,
Mhm.
but it also, like, yes, I feel like it showed like her thirst
Mhm.
to be a part of it, because I'm like, this is not appropriate.
Mhm.
It's weird, for her to invite, because I'm like, you want to go to a game or something. And I understand that his grandma does a lot for them kids, and she probably needed a night off, a break. But I'm just like, you ain't got nobody else. Two John ain't busy. it's something very intimate to me, I think, about like the piano recital, knowing that he's going to be wearing the mom's watch, and that, you know, him learning to play piano has been something he's been struggling with, you know, since his mom's death.
Connection with
It all felt too intimate, too important for her to be the
be
one
the
to.
one. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, she's trying to get in line to make sure nobody else get him. And meanwhile, you are getting drugged for filth. Like, you
I
are putting
do.
your life in danger for a man you slept with one time.
I hope they break up in the off season. I really do.
Are you
I'm
serious?
dead serious. I hope they break up in the off season. I hope we come back and they're like, oh yeah, you know, since we decided that we're just going to take some time, because that's what needs to happen.
Is this because you want all this house to be single?
No, because he's not single in real life, so no. I mean, I've already that ship has sailed. But like, it's because there's nothing about their relationship is healthy to the point where you put yourself in this super dangerous situation for this man. Even though I know she like nobody at the time had the context that this was dangerous, but you should have been broke up with him.
Well, no, no, no,
And
no,
now,
no. We knew it was dangerous because we knew it was a crazy
oh,
stalker
you
who had
knew it was
already done
that's true.
so many crazy
That's true.
shenanigans.
And she knew all of
I
that.
did not understand why.
Dang,
First
that
of all,
makes it even worse.
she
She knows all
volunteered
the
to
stuff that the
take them
stalker's
kids.
doing. She knows Ed Ramsey is a serial killer, and she's still like, but this man, and like I said, I get it. Aldous is fine. I get it. But I value my life. So,
Like, she was like, "Oh, the kids can come. There's a stalker. Oh, the kids can come to my house,
mhm.
your house." But then also, you like, no, I'll take your kids to this cabin in the woods where there's no internet
Without my car.
and no cell phone after your grandma just got beat up. Peter beat the bricks off that woman.
I don't know. I feel like she gave him a run for his money, though. It sounded like she was in there, like, you know what I mean? Nana,
Can
Mama
I
don't
say,
sound like she nothing to play with.
I was very thankful of the way that they did that
They
scene.
didn't show it. Yeah, I didn't want to
Yes,
see that either. Thank you
yes,
for not. Sometimes we don't need to see every little violent bit.
yes,
So
yes.
I'm glad. Thank you for that. I appreciate that as well. But okay, because like the first thing, and this, and you, again, you know who I am as a person.
Mhm.
Because the first thing I popped in my mind is like when she said there's no internet, I'm bringing my mobile hotspot. I'm not going in the like at the even if I agreed to go to the cabin, I've got my mobile hotspot. I got backup chargers. I got because like we're not going for an unplugged trip. We are just trying to escape this killer.
Mhm.
So I'm not about to be alone with you and no way to communicate with anybody. I'm also taking my own car. Like
Yeah,
there's so many things that I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? And you know me, I would do that thinking that she wasn't dangerous.
right, right. Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand what her payoff is. I mean, I understand what she thinks her payoff will be, but the
Listen,
price is too high.
I ain't
The
never
price
wanted
is
any
too
man
high.
that bad. I ain't never wanted any man that bad. Yeah, I forgot that she does understand that there's a stalker too,
Hmm.
and a serial killer, and
Hmm.
she still was like, but if I can just lock him down,
Right. I'm taking care of the kids now. I'm in there. I'm in there like
I'm in
swimwear.
there. The grandma calling me.
Right. But can we be honest though? We know women who have done more for less.
Yeah, that wasn't us though. And not to say that we ain't did some stupid things.
We have. I mean, who
But
hasn't? If you've lived life, you've done some stupid stuff
you done some
behind
dumb
a
stuff.
man.
But yeah, that's a bridge too far.
It is. It is. I'm telling you, he would have lost me at that night when he was like, "I'm not ready." Okay, thank you. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And
All right.
I truly do believe in real life, yes, at that moment that you say you're not ready, because I understand that I'm not ready does not just mean I'm not ready for sex. But
Right.
if you didn't get it then, definitely at that party. At that party, I will never speak to you again. Do you understand me?
Right.
I
I'm
will
blocking your number.
never speak to you again. We
I'm
are
also
done.
pulling like the fire alarm or something. Everybody, we all got to go. It is not safe. This nigga's killing folks.
Okay, did you see that? But you know what bothered me about that scene is that they left them kids in there. They left them black children in there with that serial killer.
Singing.
Fuck this man's birthday.
Right. Oh,
Everybody come with
no.
me.
She like, I still need that
You know,
250.
I'm taking. Did you one time we went to where were we at Myrtle Beach, and I was like, I put that frat boy who was in danger in the car. I was like, get in the car. We all
Come
going.
on. I don't remember that.
Girl, even when we went to that club and them dudes rolled up on us afterwards because like the frat boy was with us and he thought that the frat boy was taking us and I was like, everybody get in the car. Get in the car now.
Oh,
And
wait a minute. That guy is still my Facebook friend.
is he really?
Yeah, I think his name starts with like a T or something.
Girl,
He's like he looks like Puerto Rican or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm still Facebook friends with that guy. I forgot about that's how we met him.
I'm like, my natural instinct, all the kids, I don't give, these rich folks can do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
All these kids get in the car with me and we go home.
He
And I
said,
don't care how
if
it
you
looks.
live in a one-parent home, come on, it's time to go.
Line up.
If you got free school lunch, let's go.
Line up.
The party's over. No, you ain't gonna get no cake. We'll stop my Publix on the way home.
Get in the, don't ask me, I will explain in the car.
Right.
Get in the car.
You want to sing, you can sing in the car. I'll give
Okay.
you the ox, okay? Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like,
crazy.
she got in that car and them kids were still singing. What is you doing? Girl.
Yeah, that's wild. Because I know them kids came with you. I know them kids came with you. They all got on matching
They
outfits.
was there because of you. And at this point, you know this man is a serial killer.
Right. And he hasn't even explained to her like his ins and outs, what he's into,
His MO.
what he likes, nothing. So like you don't know what his type is.
You don't.
All you know is honestly he does not like Alex and they're going toe to toe. So anything connected to Alex is vulnerable. You connected to Alex, them kids connected to you, girl. 6 degrees of separation.
And okay, so like, and we're dealing with her perspective, what she know at this point. You also knew that they were like in this pissing contest with each other, blowing up each other's spot. And that rant that Ed Ramsey went on was incredibly racist about
the mom.
About Alex Cross, yeah, talking about his mom, his cat, drug dealer, prostitute. I'm like, it just gives such a racist vibe too. So like, and again, you leaving these black children with a serial killer. Here's
the thing: it was when she looked at him and he looked at her, and he's like, "I think the story is about me." I was like, when I was listening to it, I said, "I just something." This is not right. Like, I'm like, no, he's talking specific. Like, I knew that he was not talking about the person he said he was talking about. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I feel like he calling somebody out. Mm-hmm. And it's the way that she looked at him like.
And they at the same time, they look like.
She like, did you tell him your mama was a hoe? He was like, no, did you tell him my mama was a hoe?
How you know I like Pappy Van Winkle?
Right. You know? Yeah, that was a little. It was. I'm not gonna lie. Girl. It was a little, that part was a little funny. I know it was supposed to be like emotional. I snickered.
It was. I laughed too. I laughed.
So yeah, she's tripping. Like Alex is wrong, but. And I'm not giving him a pass because of what he's going through. But what I'm saying is she is clear-headed in the situation, and she is purposely she is with just putting herself in a situation where she is going to get hurt. Like if Alex is already hurting, so whatever. Mm-hmm. But she's putting herself in a situation where she can get hurt emotionally, and then it turns into her actually putting herself in a situation where she's physically in danger and trying to protect them kids that are not yours, that is not your man. Mm-hmm. Those are not even like your stepkids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I don't know what he put on her.
But it was on her since 8th grade. Like she'd have been, you know what I mean? Like before he actually put it on her, it was already on her. Cause like I would have stopped so long before then.
You know what? I bet she was like, so she's been in love with him since middle school. I bet she was also like looking at his relationship with Maria and it's like, oh my God, they have the perfect marriage, which is close to a perfect marriage as you can have. It seems like they did have that. So that probably even like stoked the fire and the fuel more. So once Maria died, she's like, oh, he's going to be a great husband, but that's not the same man.
That's not the same man. And honestly, that means that I'm surprised there's not a line at the door of different women around the city, you know, quite honestly. But
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Two John is not in a relationship? Like you
He's
see,
a hoe. Two John is a hoe. That wasn't clear.
I mean, he appears to get around, but
Two
the
John dabbles in harlotry. Now he has morals and stuff like that and values in general sense, but I think he liked to run through women.
that's so that was my next question. Like he's like noble and always does the right thing,
Mhm.
but and then he's telling Aldous, you need to get some leg.
Exactly. But okay. And then again, that goes back to my other point about how men use women to heal. You know what I mean? So like he's advising him to get into a woman, like that's gonna make everything all better. But also, okay, at the beginning, before even the tragedy, and why I say Two John is a hoe, is because like when you see I need to stop calling him Albus and call him by his character. I'm sorry. When you see Cross and Maria together, and then Two John is with that woman, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Not too much. Basically, y'all doing too much. Like she gonna fix something or what have you, or you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like that
Right.
that scene." And then when he's talking to the pregnant woman, and she's like, "You could be a good role model for my child," and he was like, "If you let him with me, he gonna see some things." And she's
But
like, "I'm hoping so." I'm like, "Cause he's a hoe,
but
and everybody
also
knows it."
in that first scene, the lady says, "See, the fire doesn't have to go out if you get married." Meaning, he's like, "I ain't trying to get married. It's gone. And so,
Mhm.
yes, he may dabble in harlotry, but I'm like, why? When you seem to have everything together in every other department, you seem to be emotionally intelligent and loving and caring and capable. Like, why are you a hoe at this big age?
But we've seen him do all that with another man. Like, you know what I mean? We've seen that in his relationship with friendship. And men don't always see women as fully human. You know,
But
they
he
can
has
have
a
a.
genuine friendship with the captain.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can see like in that scene where she asked him to be the godfather, and
Mhm.
even the scene where he has to go back and arrest her, he is very gentle,
He is
very
very gentle. That's
loving, very, you know what I'm saying, very
true.
emotionally invulnerable with like he seems as if
Mhm.
he is capable of a mature adult relationship.
Mhm.
But he may not want it. Like you said, he may want to
Mhm.
dibble and dabble, hip and hop. And he has the pick of the litter.
He
He's
does.
working in successful,
Mhm.
handsome in a in a black city. He probably has the pick of the litter.
What do you think about him and Kayla?
You know, it was not my favorite thing.
Mhm. I knew.
And it's so funny because I before that, I swear not too long before that scene, I said, you know what? Like this show is really beautiful and like very black and black
Mhm.
love and black relationships. I was like, man, this is really nice. And I swear, next thing you know, he was sleeping with Kayla. And I was like,
Mhm.
no,
Because
why
I'm
would
like,
you do
there's something nice, even though we went in about him and Elle and why they shouldn't be together. There's still something nice about the imagery of seeing him with two beautiful black women,
it is a
seeing across
thousand
two
percent.
beautiful black women who are clearly black, identifiably black. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then to John, and then you see him really hesitant at the beginning with that black with the black woman that he's on the date with him
Hmm.
and Cross, and then Kayla
Right. But here's the thing I will say that made me feel better. It was very obvious that it was like a hookup. It was not love.
for
Because,
him.
right. Like, because then, like, you
I
see
think
him,
she has
like,
feelings for him.
you think so? Because then I see him, like, flirting with, like, Malika at the end.
Now that if we can get him over his harlotry, I want him with Malika.
Yeah, so I saw him
If
flirting with
we
Malika.
got
So
to
that made
get,
me feel
we
like
got to
Kayla
get
was not that serious.
for him. She has feelings for him. Kayla has feelings for him. I think she does
You
because
think
like
so?
yeah, because why would she ask him? Well, if you and Cross make up, what are you going to tell him about us? And he was like, why would I tell him? And that's what I'm like. Yeah, that's too John
Well,
hoeing
I don't
around.
know.
But I think she likes him. I think I
I
think
don't
I
know.
think Kayla has
She
feelings for
may.
him,
I think I
and he
just
does
don't
have feelings for
trust
her.
her. Like, because I guess I don't trust her, and I feel like she's working an agenda, And so I'm just like,
Oh,
I didn't even see her having like those level of feelings and emotions.
mhm.
And to me, I was more so thinking that she was saying that as if like Alex is going to look down on her and maybe it can affect their like professional
Mhm.
relationship.
No, I think she likes him. I don't think it's like super. She's not in love, but I
Mhm.
think she wants more than just casual hookups. And
Maybe,
he and
hopefully
he
not.
he curbed her so hard, and and that part I did like. And then yeah, him and Malik at the end, I was like, oh come on now,
It was
all we
cute.
got to do is deliver you from this harlotry,
I don't see it
and I can
happening.
see that. No, I
I
mean,
don't.
no, we got seasons. He has potential for character growth and development, and we had to spend so much time on this first season in Cross's development. You know,
Mhm.
we got room in the next season for other characters to develop, and that is usually
That's
how it
true.
goes. Like you focus a lot on the main character in the first season or the main couple of characters, and then we really see more of the other character stories usually in the subsequent seasons.
Do
So
you
I'm
feel like
not
they
giving
need to add more characters to the
no,
show?
not one more. Not one more, with the exception of whoever's going to be the criminals next year. But
Well,
like,
okay, so who do you see like next season as like the main characters?
well, Crossing to John, of course,
Right.
and I need Nana Mama to recover and
She's
reclaim
good.
her. Did she? We didn't see her at the very end. She's not dead, but like she's still in the hospital.
I
I
could
mean,
have sworn we saw her at the
did we?
end.
I don't remember seeing. I don't think she's at the table when everybody come to breakfast.
Huh. I don't know. I have to look again. I thought
I
I
just
saw
think
her.
she was still in the hospital, but either way, she's going to recover because I'm not ready to lose her either. Um, but let's see. So yeah, those two. I'd like to see more development from the detective. I think Sean, the black female police detective.
Hmm.
I'd like to see. I don't want her to go away. I just want her to develop. Um, and then who else? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think they need more characters.
You think they need more? This
I
was
think they
so busy.
do. I think well because a lot we're losing a lot of characters. Like we're losing the captain, we're losing
I
the
don't know.
police, we're losing the police chief.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I think like if you because if we think about it, the show is mainly about him catching criminals.
Mhm.
Like is Kayla? Because technically Kayla works for the FBI. Is
Mhm.
she still gonna be hanging around? It seems like she don't.
Yeah,
She got
no,
something
she
to do.
definitely. Now I do see. Okay, I'm sorry, Kayla. I should have added Kayla in. She's definitely because that setup for what she's going to do with all that information and what's going to happen is too big of a
You
setup
think
for
it's
her
gonna
not.
pay off immediately, like that fast, like next season?
Yeah, I thought that was a setup for next season.
I don't know.
Hmm.
So I don't. Yeah, I don't know if it
But we're not losing Kayla.
if it's gonna pay off
And
immediately.
not even lose Bobby Trey, quite honestly.
I, I like his character is entertaining. I still don't fully understand his relationship with Ramsey in a sense that I understand that Ramsey pays him to do stuff for him, but how did they get connected? Like they are so different. And I know Ramsey has his fingers in a lot
Yeah,
of pots and stuff like
that's
that.
what
But it was just like I'm just like, wait a minute, who is this random
I would
henchman?
like to see more of Bobby Trey's story. Just
Because I'm
because
like,
I
there's
have,
something there.
I watched it twice and I was like, okay, I'd have made up a military background for him that I don't think
Well,
exists.
he's an ex cop.
I know he's an ex cop, but I'm like, but ex cop doesn't mean you know how to use a sniper rifle, you
That's
know?
very that's
So
very
like,
true.
I'm like, and because I'm like trying to figure out how he got to what he got to. I know he's an ex cop. I know like they had to kick him off the force or something. Never told us why he got kicked off the force.
Right.
Um,
Or how he met Ramsey. Like, how long has he known Ramsey? How long has he
mhm.
been doing stuff for Ramsey?
So
Ramsey
in my,
has been on this journey for 28 years.
yeah, I don't
Like,
know. But in
at
my
what
mind,
point?
I'll tell you what I think his backstory is that I made up for myself is that I think he's ex-military. Whatever
Mhm.
that was that like made you value life and death got severed for him something in the military, and that's
Mhm.
why he is. And so now it's all about the money. The only thing he cares about is this dog and money.
He does love that dog. I mean, he's
Mhm.
also so wild.
He
Like
is.
when
And
he's
I
like
just
in the
more.
hotel room and he's doing all the drugs and he's drinking and like I'm like this man is so unstable. But I need like a prequel movie about him
I
and
need
Ed Ramsey.
detail backstory about Bobby Trey. I mean, we could throw in how he met Ramsey too, but I need to know. I know, yeah.
because I'm like, okay, how long has he been doing stuff? And is it just him doing stuff just in DC? Or does he go around as like Ed Ramsey has been going around and doing stuff, helping him
Hmm.
with stuff? You know what I mean? Because like Bobby Trey, because he's black and
Hmm.
he looks a certain way, he's able to be in DC in the midst of like the more urban areas and he doesn't stand out.
He
You know
does
what
it,
I
and he's
mean?
not. And I personally think because of how strong his accent is and the way he presents, people think that he is stupid. I'm like, Bobby Trey is not dumb. I'm like,
Not at all.
he's mentally unstable, but
Yes,
he
he
is
is.
incredibly intelligent. And I think that for that reason, people underestimate him.
Yes, I agree. No, he's not done by a long shot. He found that girl faster than anybody.
Found the girl, found Tavio, found like made connections. And I'm like, and he does recognize Cross's intelligence. And he was trying to tell Ramsey, but Ramsey's
Mhm.
still a white man. And so, he couldn't see it. He was like, listen, this ain't, if you're gonna go, you got to go toe to toe. You can't play with this man.
Right,
And
right.
he couldn't hear it.
So yeah, my question is, I'm like, okay, so like, was he just helping him with this DC part, or has he been helping him? And the
All
amount
along.
of people who know what Ramsey is up to and are like, okay, that's cool, is mind blowing. Because normally when you think of serial killers,
Mhm,
it's very much they work alone, or like I think
mhm.
there's been times where maybe like they work in tandem. Actually, I think those may have been movies. I don't know if I know a real example in real life of serial
But
killers working.
with all the people, like the large scale people who've been getting arrested for these things, and I know it's not serial killer, it's other kind of indiscretions that they've been doing for a long time. And the
Mhm.
fact that he is a politician and very connected to people of power, is it? Is it really? You know what I mean? It's an open secret. Like there's a lot of open secrets that have come out this past
Well,
year.
but I think what's weird is the amount of people who admire him. So like the plastic
Mm.
surgeon lady, and then the other guy
It's off
Buckley,
too.
who planned like
Mhm,
who pledged that money to the foundation, and Ed Ramsey is like, oh yeah, he's just like me. And I'm
mhm,
just like, how are y'all finding each other? Is that a Reddit group, or like what? How are y'all linking up? You know what I
mhm.
mean? Like all these high powered, these are all high power, high financial people, but they all have like this sick mindset.
Yeah.
When that plastic surgeon was fixing that woman's face,
Mhm.
I'm like, in the
This,
detail in which she was
that's what
explaining
this
the
sounds
procedure,
like.
it
This
was
is great.
chilling.
Yeah, and I'm like, and that's the thing. And then I was like, she played innocent, frail kind of woman to get over across. And I'm like, it is like so obvious that she did all this. I'm like, girl. And I'm like, if that had been a woman, she wouldn't have fallen for that. It's
No,
only because he was a man that he was like, oh, I'm going to protect you, damsel
it's
in
the way
distress.
she stuck in with that hypodermic needle and was like, Ramsey won't let me kill you, or else you will be out.
Right. If it was up to me,
Right?
would
She was
have
like,
already been.
I don't even play.
Mm-hmm.
I would leave you dead on my office floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just got up and left.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she was sitting in that chair, like a recliner, like she's like watching like acting like she's watching TV as she's watching Ramsey torture this woman. I'm
Girl,
just
yeah,
like, she looked like she needed a bucket of popcorn.
she's sick.
That's scary. Like stuff
Mhm.
like that is very scary. Like,
Mhm.
yes, you have
But I
this sick
do think they
person.
find each other, even in real life, honestly.
It's like one thing, yes, we have a serial killer, but someone else who can sit and watch I don't know, it's very creepy. Like the Buckley guy, like he's like, yeah, he's just like me. And I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, there's like a
He
network.
got on my nerves too, because I was like, I wouldn't even want his money the way he's talking to me. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many times I would have walked out that party.
Yes, 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 yes. It was very much condescending,
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that you end up in those situations though, when there's that imbalance of power and
Mm-hmm.
people are used to being treated a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't give them the deference they feel like is due, they'll try to take it, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So, but did we talk about everything?
Girl, I don't even know.
This is our last episode on Cross. I feel like
Probably.
we covered it all.
I
I'm
think
looking
so.
forward to season 2. I
You
want to
be
see what's going to happen. Of course, I'm interested in what criminal they're going to be chasing, but I really want to see where they're going to go with the personal development of characters.
me too. That's the
Because
hard part.
Cross is in therapy now.
Mhm.
So what happens now? Like, what's going to tug at our heartstrings? Because this season, man, it
Yeah.
was like, yes, it was a thrilling season, but for me, the ride was an emotional one more so than like a thrilling, suspenseful ride. It was an emotional roller coaster for me.
Yeah. Agreed.
Same.
Yeah. Absolutely. An enjoyable one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Forward to
Oh,
season
yeah.
two.
Very enjoyable. Looking forward to a season two. They're filming Supercell season two. So I'm
Mhm.
very excited about that. I really hope we get more than 6 episodes.
Yeah.
UK TV, like they can make a short season.
Girl,
I have seen 4 episode seasons. Like, guys, come
what are we
on.
doing?
What are we doing? I need more. I
Mhm.
need more. They're always good though. They have quality TV.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I'm excited, but hey guys, thank you so much for sticking it out with us. I hope you really enjoyed our analysis, our breakdown. If there are shows that you're interested in us reviewing, old or new, let us know. We'll be happy to add them. And if there's anything else that you're interested, if you want us to do a movie, just let us know. What do you guys want to see? But we'll see you next time on the next episode.
I'm ready for the next episode. Can't wait to get home and turn my TV on. I'm ready for the next episode. Got my slash shoes off, no remote control. I'm ready for the next episode.